Hello everyone. My name is Prince, and this is my presentation on the global supply chain of electric vehicles. So the EV market is one of the fastest growing industries in the world right now, and it is driven by sustainability goals, innovation, and government incentives to provide zero emissions to the world. And it relies on a complex global supply chain. That means each component or each part is mined in a different place or a different continent or country, and they all come together in one assembly warehouse or assembly hub to make one electronic vehicle. So the key raw materials involved in making an electronic vehicle is lithium, cobalt, nickel, graphite, and rare earth. And the good thing is 70% of cobalt is mined in the Democratic Republic of Congo, which is in Africa. Lithium is mainly mined in Australia, Chile, which is in the South America, and Argentina, also in the South America. Graphite and refining is in China. So we can see that here for just the raw materials, we have Africa, we have Oceania, we have Chile, yeah, which is in the South America, and we have China, which is in the Asia. So this shows how globalization is about making one or the raw materials you need to make one electronic vehicle. In the manufacturing process, China makes 70% of the global battery capacity. And the key manufacturers are the Cartel, the BYD, LG, and Panasonic. Most of these companies are based in China. And recently, the Cartel, which is one of the leading producers, announced that there is going to be cheaper, faster, and longer range batteries. And the United States is investing $130 billion to boost domestic supply of electronic vehicles. So let's talk about the components of the manufacturing. So it includes motors, electronics, semiconductors, and these are mainly manufactured in Asia. But there are assembly hubs in China, US, and Europe. So we can also see that this is also spread around the world. The leading companies are Tesla, which is in the United States, BYD, which is in China, Volkswagen is in the Germany, and Hyundai is in South Korea. So we have America here, we have Asia here, we have Europe, and we have Asia again. So this is also spread around four continents. We can talk about the battery recycling. The growth in the end of life battery recycling. That means if a battery becomes inoperative in an EV, it is not thrown away, it is recycled. And recently, Redwood Materials partnered with a micromobility firm to recycle that. And the recovery rate in recycling those batteries is 98% or up to 98%. So if you recycle a battery, you can recover an up to 98% of nickel, cobalt, and copper. And the facilities that does recycling is in the United States, Germany, the Netherlands. So here we have America and we have Europe. Now let's talk about the environmental impact of EVs. So EVs emit less than 50% of the greenhouse gas that internal, like normal internal combustion engines will, produce. And there are plans for recycling techs that will further reduce the environmental footprint. So to conclude this presentation, we're going to look at the market growth of electronic vehicles. So in 2023, nearly 14 million of EVs sold. That is one in five cars sold globally was an electronic vehicle. China, Europe, and the US has 95% of the sales, and sales is forecasted to be it was forecasted to be around 17 million plus sold by the end of 2024. Thank you.